Nobody talks about this part of radical acceptance because this part ain't all love and light, y'all. No, baby, this is grief. Because people love talking about acceptance when it sounds peaceful, when it sounds soft and spiritual and healing and whimsical. But radical acceptance gets much harder when it stops being about yourself and starts being about someone else. Because suddenly, acceptance would mean realizing that someone may never become who you hope that they would be. Honestly, that hurts. Because once you love someone so deeply, you start attaching yourself to their potential. You see who they could become and who they are underneath the pain, underneath the fear, and underneath the coping mechanisms. And you keep holding on to hope that that version of them will eventually emerge. Sometimes they honestly don't. And that's the part that most people avoid talking about. Because acceptance can feel so beautiful until it requires you to actually stop trying to save someone. Put yourself in a mindset of someone who no longer argues with reality, someone free, someone who stops carrying hope for people who are deliberately choosing not to change. Imagine what it would feel like to love someone without needing to reshape them in order to feel emotionally safe. Being able to say, I can see you clearly. I know who you are, without making their transformation your responsibility. Because peace can only truly begin when reality stops feeling like something that you have to fight. Radical acceptance is not always the beginning of a transformation. Sometimes it's simply the end of resistance, end of interference, forcing, trying to emotionally drag someone to a life that they are not choosing. That does not mean you stop loving them. It means that you finally stop confusing love with control. Because real love also listens to reality. It has the capacity to do so. So no, accepting someone as they are is not a weakness. It's not giving up. The truth is that some of you are only holding on to potential because facing reality would only force you to grieve. And grief feels heavier than hope. Hope can be dangerous when it keeps you attached to someone who keeps choosing the same path. If this resonates with you, subscribe to my channel if you're ready to stop romanticizing healing and start understanding the deeper realities of self-awareness, attachment, and radical acceptance.